Welcome to Super League Week 3. We've got two matches going on same time. We're using the gimbal here, and the match Predator versus Flatball Z. On the line for Predator in red, we have from right to left Joseph Petrie, Lockley Eichner, Andy Baddock, Sean Davis, Sid Srinivasan, Israel Sorondo and Richard Klein. That's a very good, very strong lineup. We've got Ricky Klein having the disc ready for the pull. Down the other end, receiving the disc tonight. Mild weather, slightly overcast, maybe rain, not too sure. We have from left to right, just looking, getting them into focus, John Brill, Scott McKenzie, Scott Swart, Wilson Tran, Rob Whiten and Sam Davey. Lands the pull. Swart stops it, Brill picks it up. Shut down straight away, opts not to use the immediate swing, instead goes to McKenzie, who brings it back to the middle to a cutting Swart. Sam Davies cutting long, it was marked by Sorondo, lagging a little bit. Swart with a high stall count. It's going up around. Probably throwing to the same thirds there behind Whiten, not the best. He'll learn from that hopefully. Up goes the disc, straight away Joseph Petrie. Two hands try and get to it. Wilson Tran doesn't get it. Scott Swart doesn't get it, but Lockie Eichner does for the score. What a great start. Lockie Eichner shows them the disc. What great vision from Joseph Petrie there. So Red opened their account nicely with a nice shutdown D on Flatball Z, and it's a one throw, one pass play on defence to score. What a great start, great opener. Andy Baddock's with a pull, I believe that time. So Flatball Z in blue, playing savage. Wind is against our backs and also right to left at the moment. That pull goes out on the fall, drifting away as would expect with the current wind situation. You might be able to see in the background there some of the trees just swaying casually. As John Brill, as in the first point, fields the first disc to make the first pass. Sean Davis on the mark. No wonders was the call from team captain, and he got the no wonders as Sid Srinivasan stopped Scott Swart from getting that, although John Brill did throw it into the ground. Wasn't watching the mark, don't know if Davis got a hand on that or not. But Red now wanting to get 2 defensive points. Sorondo out here wide, just totally unmarked. That was a lovely hand, quick hand by Scott Swart to get the D on Sean Davis. Meanwhile, Wilson Tran puts it up, tries to return and reply. And that's near the end of the back of the end zone. But Tran to Whiten, great pass, great vision. Really want to put that pressure on offense. Nice work by Scott Swart also to get that D. Scores 1-1. So blue playing savage, Brill with the pull, little offside there. Throwing into the wind, this one will stay in. So that's a better upwind pull. Davis with the disc sends it to Eichner. Eichner, cheeky one, fakes it over the top. Sorondo again going deep, marked by Whiten on blue as a defensive deep player. Petrie wants the give go from Srinivasan, puts it up on the other side. Nice float on that. Willie Lay won't make it. It's probably a little bit out in front of him, but it's a great visionary shot again. Tran runs to the disc. Petrie. So Tran with a disc, opts for a commentator's mistake there. Getting back into the game. Brill with a disc, Davis on the mark. Guy dumps it back to Tran, Davis shuts Brill down from getting it back. Whiten comes in from the deep to get the disc and throws to Davey, who's the dump. Across to Tran, who grabs it strongly. Fakes a big couple of red defenders jump as well. Brill grabs that. That one held up in the wind for a little bit for Mackenzie, but he did do well to grab it. So really a whole lot of static movement here from blue, nothing coming at the moment. Red again wanting no unders. Mackenzie now looking within striking range, gets it to Whiten. Does a hammer over the top, that'll fade away, but Brill should read that, and he does quite nicely. Not in, and Davey now makes sure of it. So Brill gets the assist, Davey gets the score. Brill, Flatball Z now on 2, Predator on 1. Everyone just a little bit offside there for the Flatball Z pull as it goes down the near sideline. Fielded by Baddocks, immediately wants to give and go. Davis has it in the middle, Klein's handler on the far side. Small give go with Eichner. Davis now gets in the swing of things. Klein looking for the swing. Eichner out here can do it, but Strondo's in the middle as well as an option. Meanwhile, Baddocks and Davis try and connect, but it gets off to Sorondo. Everyone in red on the move. It's really good to see that. Non-static disc, I like it, as long as they got safe hands and they don't get too carried away. That's not quite in at the moment. Froud thought he was in. This is where it could break down, but it does a nice dump to Davis. Knocking on the door at the moment. Swing to Baddocks, through the middle to Eichner. We've got Wachtel over here. Gets it to Klein. Doesn't see that though. Now Wachtel comes out of the end zone. Eichner still not in. Knocking at the door. Baddocks makes that score from Eichner. Eichner the assist. Baddocks gets the score, team captain. Nice movement from red there. That's what we need to see in this win. Lots of short little passes that are safe. Predator even the score up, 2-2.
Let's go red. Hard D. Hard D. When there. Alright, ready? D.
Much better with their onside then, Predator. As Baddocks does the pull, which is received by Mackenzie on the far sideline this time. Swart playing a handler. That can stay in. Wilson should have that. Does. It's looking like it's going out for a moment. Fakes the hammer and sends it back to Brill. Sorondo comes in to mark Tran. Mackenzie's left all open on the far sideline. Sorondo with a nice defensive catch intercepts that one. Cutting out the dump, not necessarily the best idea. Eichner fakes long. Looks for the hole in the middle and sees Petrie. Baddocks gives it back to him. Baddocks does a nice swing out here. Eichner, we've got Wachtel. We've got Srinivasan over the other side, but I think Whiten might get there, and he does. So Brill not in a great position here, right on that corner, but does a nice scuba over to Tran. Red with a zone on. There's not going to be a lot going long. Eichner is standing deep. Davies deeper than him, but that won't ever come at the moment. They need to just reset the stall count. That's what they need to do. And they do that with Mackenzie as he comes in crashed into the zone. Bit of a pommy zone now, they're through. Brill holds it up and the zone, allows the zone to get set again. Swart now, a little bit of a travel on the back. That's going to hold up and come out. That's not going to stay in. Sorondo gets the D on that one. Baddox will pick up the disc, take it from the sideline. Whiten will be on the mark. It's a nice easy inside. Blue returning the favour with a zone. Travel called. As offence and defence reset their positions. Petrie picks it up. Whiten still on that mark. Srinivasa now holds it. Now he could get stuck here with this mark. Gets it off. Very close to the sideline. But there's a big hole there in the middle to Eichner. Petrie gets it back. Tran sees that from the hand. Makes a bit in it. Petrie threw it. Now there's a bit of shutdown. He'll have to use Whiten on the outside, and he does that. Nice dump to Mackenzie. That's going long, but Swart will get that comfortably. Sorondo looks for that. Swart puts it up. Tran manages to catch that one-handed, keeping it in very close to the sideline. It's a low disc to Brill. And a disc from Brill, which is intercepted by Froud, who gets the easy D. Baddox receives a give go, puts it through the middle. Sorondo looks at Wachtel, all down that far side. Wachtel puts it long. Froud didn't read that off the disc, off the hand. Should have gone as soon as it left the hand. Instead, took him a few seconds to read where it was going, then put the burners on, but it's too late by then. Disc goes down. That's a throwaway to Wachtel. This is a long point. Timeout called by Brill.
So Teddy, watch behind you. Is he all in on your right? Is he got no one else back on this side?
As a return from the timeout, Brill has the disc at the front of the end zone as Red put on their zone. Standard Pommy zone, 1 on the mark, 3 in fence. Very akin and reminiscent of the old school rabbit fence zone. Wind is affecting. This is all upwind for Blue at the moment. Would have liked to see Mackenzie just to stay there and get that back. Meanwhile, Swart puts up, gets a lucky bit of air that lifts it over Sorondo. Otherwise, he would have had that D. It was all over that. Total luck going Blue's way there. Meanwhile, Mackenzie has a disc on the closest sideline. He does an airy one. Whiten reads that. Wachtel almost in on that picture. Now Brill held up. He needs someone in support. Gets it from Tran. Still not a lot of movement from Blue. Still trapped on that sideline. There's a dump now. Brill came in for a crash to try and get a reset. That manages to reset a dump pass to Mackenzie. Force back 5 or 10 metres.
Ted, watch behind. Ted, behind.
Only about 2/3 of the way up the field at the moment. Gets a cheeky one to Swart, but there's a call that his back foot was on the line. It looked very close from here, but we don't have best perspective. I was.
Make sure one's being aggressive, one's not. Don't need to be too aggressive.
Baddox explained the situation, which is exactly what I saw. He had his back foot, which looked very close to that sideline. Swart explained that he didn't think he did have his back foot down. It will go back, be contested. That's a fair result. Needs to go back to the previous thrower.
This is why Spirit doesn't work.
So Tran gets the disc on the reset. Disc is coming in 4.
Nice, Ted, if you're safe here, Lucky can go to Rob more. Lucky go to Rob.
Now they're pushed back to about the halfway mark. Whiten's out here. Wind just died down a little bit. Sorondo's in the middle. Scuba over the top.
Drop, buddy. Who do you have?
Better communication might have made it a bit easier for Brill to get that. He's got Swart behind him, but opts to break the mark and give it to Tran, who comes out to Mackenzie on the close sideline. Whiten asks for it, doesn't get it. Petrie gets a hand to that, but doesn't get the D, doesn't get fantasy points. Swart with a disc again. What will he do again? Gets an easy break. Not the prettiest of passes, but effective. Reset to Brill as he jumps to get that, but the wind wobbles it and makes it land low in his lap. Those scoobers over the top will be the undoing of him, but they're working at the moment.
Lucky Rob behind you. Tag coming to you.
End zone is coming up. It's about 10-15 metres away. Now they've been knocking on the door. We're standing right on the front of the end zone right here, so we can see all the action. Swart has it. That was a disc from Swart straight to Saronda. He says, thank you very much. I'll eat that one up. I'll get those fantasy points. Meanwhile, Baddix puts one up. It looked quite low and might have landed early, but the wind buoys it up. Srinivasan gets it, dumps it to Eichner for an easy give-go pass, and Srinivasan takes it in the end zone for a score. Red Predator now on 3, blue on 2. Blue raise their hand as Red throws the disc. Eichner throws it low. That'll land low. It'll roll. It'll actually come back. They'll lose about 5 to 10 metres on that. Klein kicks the disc forward about a metre. Mackenzie throws to fellow Flinders Ultimate player Swart, who then passes it on to Tran. They're actually right on the edge of the front of the end zone on that far side. Lovely inside break there. So Tran to Brill for the score. And that's quite a quick one for Blue, and that's what they wanted. Was slightly downwind though. Let's see how they go on the defence upwind. Brill with an interesting IO backhand pull. Makes it to just over the halfway line. Petrie wanting the give go. Davey backs off the mark, which allows a backwards pass into the middle. Now they're breaking it through middle. Sarondo having to grab that twice to make sure of it. Eichner using a lot of legs there, and that's really good to see. Makes that ground, he's not in. Has to walk back, and Davis just takes an easy pass. Eichner to Davis for the score. Petrie with a lovely pull, and that lands just inside. Brill looks off Swart. Doesn't like that as an option at all. Don't know, it might be something to do with a few throwaways. Andy Baddix gets a no-look hand in there for a D on the dump.
What shape are we in?
Davis with a lovely inside shape pass. About 10 metres from the end zone now. Lots of options for the give go, and there's a make ground 2 or 3 metres at a time. Whiten comes in. Now they swing back inside. Petrie has the disc. Klein's still out here. Probably could have made a metre or 2 on that one. Davis is there, looks him off. We're right in the front of the end zone now. 2 metres out. And we've got 1 foot out, 1 foot in. Calls the score anyway. Everyone believes that. That's fine. Red with a score. So they take it now to 5-3. Red better on the onside then. Eichner does a lovely downwind pull that lands in the end zone. I think it just rolled out and came back in. So Brill will bring that disc up to the front corner of their defensive end zone. Swart makes a move in, but that's covered nicely in the defensive Predator zone. Tran making good movement across, does a nice throw to Swart. Sam Davey in. Swart opts for a old dad backhand to Davey to make it a bit safer. Davey does it to Mackenzie as he runs in, free to run in on the under in this wind. Whiten calls people in, they're too deep. Again to Mackenzie, Klein holding his tail. Whiten going long. Mackenzie saw that. Whiten gets his body in front. Sorondo comes over the back. No call on that one. Nice play on the end. Blue have made a lot of ground, but it would just take one downwind throw for Red to recover it all. Wachtel to Davis. To Baddocks. Sorondo's deep guarded. Now Baddocks puts it up. Should come back. And Davis with strong legs able to read that better positioning in front of Whiten, defensive player to get the score. Red now 6-3. Eichner with the pull, this one's going to land just out. Bricks the call from Mackenzie, who'll field the disc from about 3 metres outside the sideline, landing about 15 metres from their defensive end zone. So Red this time electing to go match defence. Canners comes in, looked off. There's an incident upfield. I didn't get that, sorry. So still essentially a vertical stack formation.
No inside, Sid. No inside.
Davey makes a nice cut in as he's essentially unmarked by Froud, who then runs onto the disc. Sorondo almost with another sniff of a D. Tran puts that long to Swart, should be in the end zone. So Tran to Swart. Flatball Z get one back to make it 6-4.
Yeah, they're walking up already. That's not bad. Suckers! I mean...
Yeah, I just don't know where you're going.
Yeah, like I think I was trying to make it up like up, but they were just because the back was just too short. So like when our sideline is.
You can look at the footage afterwards to get the score, but I think it's 6-4 as well. Yeah.
Well, we started on O. We started up there. I just saw like gotta go. Yeah. I was like, alright, I know where you are. 1, 2, 3. Red.
Did you hear about that Galaxy?
Ted, are you alright? No, if you don't want to, that's fine. I'm just. Yeah, good.
It's not too fast. This game's kind of boring.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take it then next time, that's fine.
Who's thinking that? What's that? I just won?
So we're just keeping one.
Don't know. Do that.
Help! 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 Up! Up! Down! 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 Coach! 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 Hunter! Hunter! We're gonna run. We're gonna play. It's gonna look like Joe. Ricky catching up to us. Run this time. I feel like it's good. I don't mind. Stop ball. Yeah.
So a zone set up by Flatball Z. A low flat pull. Lands on the ground. And Predator still back a little bit. Petrie with a nice visionary throw to make a lot of meters on that. Now they're a bit over halfway, 2/3 of the way maybe. 6-7 meters from the front of the end zone. Still not in. Contact call. Davis takes it and falls back because the pass is successful. There's a nice inside. Klein, great one-handed grab. No, it's down.
Let's go, boys! Let's go! Who's got Scott? Who has Scott? Go big!
Scott Swart catching that one-handed, landing on the disc. Checks it. Disc a bit battered and bruised, asking for another one. Mind you, when he flipped that to the sideline, it seemed to fly quite nicely. We're back in play now with a new disc. Mackenzie, lovely deep look to Whiten, just jags it out of his hand. Petrie to bring the disc in play. Eitner crashing. Petrie with a great disc to Sorondo, goes through his hands. Should have caught that one. As Blue take it down the far sideline. Davey runs in, could have got that one. Davey now in the dump position.
No round, no inside.
Tran with no dump has to go long, looks for Whiten and readjusts and catches it. Tran to Whiten.
No.
You just need to put it right in my lap. Then I'm fine.
Whiten to take pulling duties at the moment. Just going on 0. Up it goes. Nice backhand that'll land and roll. Davis takes it 2 hands after the first bounce. Now Sorondo with the disc. Baddocks cuts back under from the D. Now he gets for it again. Sorondo doesn't want him and eventually looks at him while Baddocks very furious at that. Meanwhile, Tran looking for Whiten and gets Brill. So Blue with 4 points in a row now at 7-6.
Yeah, but that was heaps. And not too disconnected. Yeah.
Pulled by Mackenzie. Klein fields that on the full. Centres to Davis. Now they're out of the end zone. Baddocks has the disc, looks for Eichner, looks him off. Now wants Davis. Marked well by Whiten. So a bit of contact there, I think Davis on Whiten. Causes the stoppage. Disc coming in on 0. Petrie with a disc. He fakes a big. Sorondo strong 2 hands. Moves it up to Eichner. Wachtel with a bit of a wobbly catch there. Gets it to Petrie, bumps into Canless. No, sorry, bumps into Tran. Out from the end zone. Klein narrows that to half that distance. As Davis calls coach and receives the disc from Eichner. Score is now at 7 apiece, 7-all. This is for Galaxy Point to take half. The score's at 7-all. Galaxy Point at stake here. Tran raises his hand. This big disc goes out. I think the disc will take that. I think, yeah, landing about 10 metres outside the far sideline and about 10 metres upfield. So red with the zone on, blue still in a vert stack formation. Tran has to call out that it's a zone before his teammates are aware and start moving. Reset to white and looked off. Tran looked on in favour. Big swing from Tran to Brill, uses safer backhand in this wind to Mackenzie. Looks for the inside break, lovely low flick. Swart with the disc, goes over. You heard it. Tran holds it, It'd be nice to see him move that just a little bit quicker than hold on to it. Petrie with a sniff of a D there. Goes to ground. Just the pain on the disc that prevented him from getting that D. So Blue really not making much ground. This zone doing its work as Mackenzie crashes through, grabs a metre or two. Just as I say that, Swart gets that. Out. And Wachtel gets an easy D. Davis now on the far sideline, moves it quickly to Petrie and across to Eichner. Baddox wants someone deep. There goes Eichner. That's what he wanted all along. Eichner, the only person in the back three with eyes on the disc, managed to read that. We had Tran and Swart back there, but Eichner gets it. Petrie's now got it in his hands. Swings it to Davis. The field opens up. Davis with a quick give go, doesn't receive it back like he wanted it. Miscommunication there. Petrie with the throwaway. As Tran puts it up yet once more. Wachtel with position. Stoppage. Scotty Swart gets his hand in first. Rob Whiten runs through and collects the 2 points, fantasy points for the D though. Pick called as Whiten is miles in the clear.
How long before the throw? 2 seconds. Okay, 3. In on 3. 3, 2, 1,
Mackenzie looks for the inside. Gets a flick over the top. Davis a bit too short. You can't teach height. Doesn't quite have that height though to get the D. Whiten gets an easy one in the end zone. Mackenzie to Whiten. And that's half. 8-7 to Flatball Z.